Brother David, good to be back with you this evening. David, I'm wondering, could you speak to us on the subject of practicing the presence of God?
Yes, Tommy, practicing the presence of God, even to a lot of Christian people, they may not be too sure exactly what that means, but it's really very simple. It's staying as close to God as we possibly can all of our waking hours. And I think, Tommy, that the reason that I felt guided by God to choose that subject was because a couple of days ago, I heard a doctor, a GP, on saying that in his surgery, they were getting a lot of extra patients who were suffering from mental health problems.
Yes.
Mostly due to the lockdown, under stress, under pressure, and that often leading through really to depression. But he said actually that he was concerned that whenever the lockdown is lifted, a lot of people suffering from mental health issues are going to come forward and they're going to be flooded in the surgeries by people with this particular condition. Whenever I heard him say that, I said to myself, does it have to be that way? Is there not another way out? And very quickly, because I know how effective it can be, very quickly I felt there is another way out to deal with this. And that is by practicing the presence of God. Making the effort, we'll have to make an effort to stay as close to God as we possibly can all of our waking hours. And all that is doing, Tommy, is being obedient to what God told us to do in the words of Scripture. For instance, whenever Joshua was about to lead the people of Israel into the promised land, the Lord gave him a wonderful word at that time. He said, be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, for I, the Lord your God, am with you.
Amen.
Wherever you go. Now, everybody needs to find their own way of staying in touch with God, of practicing the presence of God. But I'm going to make a suggestion here this evening, which is not difficult to practice. And it is through praising God. When we praise God, what we're doing is keeping our eyes on Jesus and taking our eyes off ourselves.
Amen.
And again, we're simply being obedient. You know, Psalm 34 verse 1 says, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continuously be on my lips. Now, I remember on occasion when I really had to practice that. It wasn't out of virtue. It was out of my own personal need. It was about 6 or 7 years ago. I had been invited to speak at a prayer breakfast in South Belfast on a Saturday morning. But whenever I woke up on the Saturday morning, I was dismayed to find that there was a memory from the past, an unpleasant memory that was right there in the forefront of my mind. And it caused me anxiety and it caused me fear. And after about 10 or 15 minutes, it was still there. And I knew that I had to do something about it. So I started to practice what I'm suggesting to people in this video here. I walked up and down, even waved my arms, praising God for everything that was good in my life. Tommy, I didn't even pause for a comma. I just kept on blessing God and praising God, and I didn't allow that memory an opportunity to get in and to dominate my mind again. As I drove over to the church, I was praising God in the car. I went in amongst the people. I was having my breakfast. Again, that spirit of praise within myself, even though other people wouldn't have known what I was doing. Tommy, when I got up to speak, I was so close to God. There was lightness in my spirit when I got up to speak, that I know that the words that I spoke made a big impression on the people who were there.
Amen.
So I'm speaking here from personal experience this evening. And I'm recommending to anybody who's watching this video and who feels under pressure. And there have been times during the past 2 months, because of the self-isolation, most of us have felt under a bit of pressure. But what I have done on those occasions, I've started to walk up and down again, even gesticulating with my arms, praising God for everything that is good in my life. And those unpleasant thoughts very much had to leave. And I think that if people practice that, as I'm acknowledging, I have had to practice in my life, I think we will find our peace and our hope and wrestle again.
Gordy, it's tremendous advice once again for people to have, and to have your wisdom on what it means to practice the presence of God even in difficult times. So we want to thank you once again for your time and your wisdom tonight. Blessings to all who are listening.